What's going on, trolls? I'm back, episode 2. Just in case you thought I wasn't going to do it, here I am. And, you know, as you noticed, yes, I am a 49er fan. Yes, I am from California. Yes, I'm extremely sensitive. And yes, I'm also extremely offensive. So, as I said before, I don't know what I want this to be about, but it looks like we're just going to be ranting. Yes, I'm going to talk about my feelings. Yes, I'm going to talk about my sobriety. And yes, I care about yours. I want you to check in with me. I'm more than happy to help you. I'm more than happy to hear your story because I'm going to be sharing mine, what works for me. But, I was just a little excited over the weekend. The 49ers got a big win against the Raiders. We should have done a lot better. Yes, of course. But hey, we still got a rookie quarterback. Debo Samuel was out, and we won. And, a win is a win. I don't care how you get it. And I know all these Raider fans, they're out there saying, oh, well, we almost won. We almost this. We almost that. Well, guess what, sweetheart? Almost doesn't get you to the Super Bowl. Almost doesn't matter anywhere unless you almost died and lived. That counts. Other than that, it's football. You either win or you lose. I don't care what anybody says. But with that being said, I respect your feelings. I hope that this new guy, this new quarterback that you got, he takes you guys places. This year, the only place you're going to go is back home to the Bay Area, right? Mandalay Bay. Because the true Bay Area team is still here in the Bay. That's the 49ers, baby. Well, with that being said, we did see 2022. Holy shit, 2022. It went out with a bang, right? I mean, come on. This storm that we're going through was just like, hey, I'm gone, but here's my little brother, 23, and me. The area that I'm from, we got a lot of floods. All of Sacramento is pretty much covered in water right now. So if you're out there, don't drive. Just go sailing. Take your boat out. I don't know. You have a friend with a boat, have them come pick you up, take you to work, because that's the only way you're going to get there. We had trampolines all over the road, a couple fences that fell down. And I'm sure somebody now owns a trampoline that they didn't have last week. Good on you. Go find the owner or enjoy it. I don't know. It's up to you. San Francisco, it's already an island. It's also underwater. Um, Aside from that, come on, that beef, Greta Thunberg, Tate. I mean, I get it. Well, actually, I don't. I don't know what he has against her. The girl is 19. She's on the spectrum. We gotta respect it, or says my wife. But you know what? At the same time, you want to save Earth so freaking bad, but you travel around the world in a goddamn plane. Relax, sit down, have another snickerdoodle, another crayon. I don't know, whatever it is that you eat. But also, Tate, be a real man, dude. How are you gonna go and pick on a 19-year-old, and then she owns you? And then your stupid ass goes and puts out a video eating pizza with a business name. You got caught by a pizza box. You are stupid, my man. That is the dumbest move anybody can ever move. Only you can call yourself an alpha and get caught lacking like the biggest beta. You know, what else do we got? What don't we got? Mr. Trump finally they released his taxes, right? And what did we find out? Yeah, the guy's fucking rich. We already knew. Good job. We spent all this money to get his taxes. Show me your taxes was the new show me your birth certificate. And then we saw the birth certificate after we spent millions and millions of dollars that we could be using in, I don't know, infrastructure. I don't know, feed the hungry. Don't give it to the homeless. They'll spend it on drugs. But hey, what do I know? I only live in the Sacramento area and I see it every day. But here we are. Now we want to see Hunter Biden's laptop. Who cares? The thing about politicians, they'll stink. I don't care what side you swing on. They'll lie. They're all going to do what's best for them. They're all going to do what's best for their friends. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. I went grocery shopping about, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks ago, and a dozen of eggs was 3.50 a dozen, which is already expensive considering where I live. Um, when we first moved here, we went to get eggs, and they were like $1.50 a dozen. Now they're up right to 3.50. Well, that was 3 weeks ago. We went last week to get eggs, $6 a dozen. Okay, $6 a dozen, but it's okay, right? Because they gave us, California, they gave us a little gas relief uh, bill, right? So they sent us what, like $400 or something like that to help us out with the gas. But they didn't tell us that they were going to screw us in the back end by making everything 200-300% more expensive. And then, through the pandemic, they gave us those checks to help us out. But what happened? Everything went up, right? Food went up, groceries go up, school supplies go up. But you know what didn't go up? Alcohol. Goddamn alcohol. I was at the Food Max. I'm looking around. Everything is super expensive. I'm like, wow, nothing's for sale. Everything's regular price, and it's more expensive than regular price. But when I go to the register, what do I see? When I was drinking, I get the little airplane shooters they call them, or whatever you want to call them. They're just the single shots. They were usually $1.50 to $2 a piece, and right now that nobody has money, they're $1 a piece. They're five for $5, but not milk. Right? Milk is not for sale. It's not, buy 2 gallons for, I don't know, $8. It's not buy 2 gallons for $6. It's buy a gallon for 6, 7.50. Formula, it's not for sale. I mean, it is for sale, but it's not on sale. You can get the little can for $25, $30. We're not getting that on sale. But you know what else is for sale? TVs. You can go get a 75, 80-inch TV right now, 500, $600. It's weird that the gas relief bill was, like $450 per adult. And the cheapest TV, the biggest, cheapest TV was $450. I mean, that's a little funny if you ask me, but that's how politics is, right? And everybody's blaming Joe Biden. Don't blame Joe Biden. He's an old man. He's stupid. He's dying. He doesn't know what he's doing. Don't blame the Democrats. Don't blame the Republicans. They're all dirty. They're all dirty. Let's just blame each other. We put them in there. Um, let's just blame each other. Let's help each other out. Because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who you voted for. If you're broke, you broke. If you're in need, you're in need. If you're white, you're black, purple, brown, whatever. If you're suffering the same pain that everybody else is. So let's stop it with this bullshit. Who cares about who you swing for? But with that being said, 2023, like I said, coming at you. That today, right, Hawkeye, Jamie Renner, uh, snowplow, I guess, malfunctioned, and the little safety thing mechanism just kind of took a shit, ran him over, almost took his leg out. His neighbor, who's a doctor, put a tourniquet on there. Um, and now he's in critical condition. But it's crazy, right? Today you're here, tomorrow you may be gone. So you always got to tell your loved ones like you love them. I mean, always tell them you love them. Don't say like you love them. Just let them know you love them. Give them a hug. Enjoy them. Cherish them, because you don't know. You don't know. Maybe tomorrow you don't wake up. They don't wake up. Tonight might be the last time you see them. So always love them. Always hug them. And just cherish them. Speaking of crazy things, tonight's game between the Bills and the Bengals, man, Damar Hamlin, safety, he goes to make that tackle, tackles the guy, gets down, gets back up like he's about to get going, and he just collapses. How fucking crazy is that? How crazy is that? So apparently the kid had basically a heart attack, some cardiac arrest, went down, didn't get back up, and they had to get CPR for about 10 minutes. And I know a lot of people were giving shit to. They were talking about Roger Goodell not coming out right away to say what was going on or whatever, and everybody obviously just saying that the game doesn't matter, which it doesn't. It doesn't. But also, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there saying things like, they get paid all this money just to play a game. Let's just keep it going. You got to think about the kid's family, because he is a kid, 23 years old, had to have CPR for 10 minutes, man. 10 minutes. Do you know? Can you imagine the kind of damage that 2, 3 minutes has, the impact that it has on your brain not having oxygen? We got to put that game aside for a second. Yes, they're making millions, but there's no amount of money that is going to make this kid better if he didn't get the oxygen he needed for 10 minutes. There's no way this kid's ever going to play again, let alone be normal again. And, I'm not trying to offend anybody that might be disabled out there, but the type of disability that it causes you, the brain damage that it causes you to not have oxygen to your brain for, an extended amount of time, it's devastating. And yeah, obviously, the prayers are with the family, and I hope that he can get through it. Um, I've been a witness to what that can do. When I was in high school, I actually had the pleasure of helping out a young lady. Um, we were all smoking weed up in the hill, and I don't know. I guess she also had some sort of heart condition, and she passed out. And everybody that was with her, instead of helping her out or calling out for help, they left her. They left her there on the floor by herself. She was passed out. Myself and a group of friends ran up there, called 911. We gave her CPR. Yeah, for about 10 minutes. And unfortunately, next time that I saw her, when she came to my job to thank me, she was not. She was walking, but she was not in the best of conditions. She had suffered some brain damage, and obviously that's gonna be with her for the rest of her life. So I'm hoping that this kid doesn't have to go through that. Yeah, but the game was suspended, which who cares, right? It's supposed to be a classic, Bengals Bills. But in all honesty, who cares? Who cares? I mean, they pretty sure that both of the teams they could care less if that game never happens. And on a not so serious matter, I don't care. The Niners already won. We're in the playoffs, baby, and we're probably going to take the Super Bowl this year. And even if we don't, you know what? I'm still going to be a Niner fan tomorrow. So you probably guessed that I was a Niner fan from the red and black gear. Um, what else? Man, had an awesome New Year. You know, New Year was amazing. Tomorrow, January 3rd, I'm going to be doing 90 days of sobriety, and I've been 100% clean. Clean from everything. And honestly, I cannot remember the last time that I was. I'm back. Sorry, I have two kids, and one of them's a 7-year old, and she just wanted to see what Daddy was up to. So yeah, so I was saying I can't remember the last time that I had a sober New Year, and you know what? It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I was with my family. I was with my mom, my wife, my mother-in-law, my little sister, my kids. It was great. Felt really good not to. It felt really good to do something different. It felt really good to make memories that I actually remember the next day. Um, I felt really good to not wake up the next day and feel like I'd been run over by a semi, and to not be just in pain, just feel disgusting and ashamed and not really know if I did or said anything that I shouldn't have the night before. And yeah, just really proud of myself. I found this water. It's bubbly. You know, I'll be right back. And I'm back. Obviously, I'm not sponsored, but just want to let you guys know in case you're this works. This works for me. It, I'm so used to drinking beers that when I first stopped drinking, I started drinking sparkling water, and it's real. All that stuff that I heard about the addiction part, that's 100% real. Your brain gets programmed to a certain smell, certain sound. For me, was the smell of the can, the sound, that sound. Um, so every time I would open a can of sparkling water, my brain made, not my brain, but my mouth would start watering. So obviously, yeah, my brain. And I realized that I associated that sound with drinking. So cheers. It's delicious. But as I said, I found this. It's called Bubbly Bounce. It is, this one is mango passion fruit. I call it poison fruit just because it sounds funny. And that's basically my new beer. The, the Bubbly Bounce is actually caffeinated and it's like crack. I must have had like six of them on New Year's Eve and it was amazing. It's There's no crash, so that was nice. Has no sugars, and that's what I call my beers now. It was great. It was great. I think everybody had a really good time. It's different. Every year we take a trip, but because of obviously because of the storm that was coming down, we decided not to do anything this year, and it was good. It was good. I was sober. My mom, my mother-in-law were drinking, and that's okay. That's what I've been trying to tell them, and anybody else that knows that I drink, that wants to drink around me. I'm not gonna be that kind of person that says, "Well, I'm not drinking, so you shouldn't drink because it makes me uncomfortable." No, no, I'm not drinking because I don't want to drink. It's as simple as that. I'm not drinking because I'm tired of drinking, and that's not something that interests me anymore. If you want to have a couple drinks when I'm around you, go ahead. If you want to get shit faced when you're around me, go ahead. We'll still have a good time. Um, the only thing I think is that people thought that I would be a different person if I wasn't drinking, because I'm a little sarcastic, a little loud, and they realize that, oh, you're still sarcastic, loud asshole. Now the only difference is you're sober, and yeah, that's that's what that's what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to do a short episode. Just kind of just again, just still just trying it out, just feeling it until I get a flow of things. I think I finally figured out my sound system, which is pretty good. I think the microphone sounds pretty decent. I might eventually ditch the cans, but for now they're really helping me to manage my flow. It has also helped me to try all these different microphones. I should probably start doing reviews on the microphones that I've used just so that I can put it out there and people that also don't have any idea what it is that I'm doing or what they're doing, excuse me, they can get an idea of what somebody who doesn't know shit about microphones feels like it's the best. Sometimes not knowing is kind of good because you come in quite literally unbiased without any opinion on any product because of brand or this and that. You're just looking for something that sounds good to you and that works with the equipment that you have around your house. For me, obviously this quadcast and this MPOW cans that I've had for years, and I have like a 5-year-old Dell computer. And if you know anything on laptops, 5 years, that thing's a dinosaur, but still handling it pretty well. Um, and I thought I had a lot more to talk about, but you get in front of the camera, you get in front of the microphone, and um, it just kind of escapes you. It's different to sit here. It's different when you're sitting by yourself or driving or in conversation with somebody else and you're thinking about what you're gonna put out on this cast, and then you sit in front of it and you realize that like holy shit, I had all this stuff to talk about and now I can't think of it. Um, other than the ums, and it makes me sound so stupid. But I had never said that I was great at speeches or anything like that. But I think I'm gonna get better as I go through, and as I said, I'm gonna do a lot of ranting and just random talking about different things, just like we did today. I might have some more updates tomorrow on both Jeremy Renner's condition and also a little bit more on Hamlin situation. Excuse me. And again, that I think that's what threw me for a loop, just because I was really jazzed about the game, and then this happens, and it could potentially turn into a tragedy. And I just really wanted to see that game. It was going to be a crazy good game, and it sucks that this happened to such a young kid. I can't stress it enough. Um, as big of a critic and as big of an, a jerk that I may seem sometimes, I do take people's health into consideration, and I can only imagine what his family's going through right now. I don't want to think. I don't even want to begin to think about what his parents are going through. Being a parent myself, it's the toughest thing, especially since I'm pretty sure, obviously everybody's talking about it. If nobody's talking about it, somebody's talking about it, so they're constantly being reminded of what's going on. And yeah, we'll see more about it. I'm obviously not gonna put any pictures or video as far as that goes, just because we don't need to see it. We don't need to see the hit. We don't need to see him collapsing like everybody else blasted it on their channels and Twitter and YouTube. It's going to be all over the place, and I think we need to respect that. We saw him fall, and that's it. There's no reason to relive that. Um, I might. I'm thinking I'm gonna do two of these a week. I think that'll be enough. I might do more, depending on how I feel, so I can get more comfortable. Some of them might just be, just a couple minutes long, just putting them out there. It's just so that I can get more reps in. I know they, uh, you know, yes, I do. I listen to Joe Rogan, and like he says, you just have to work at it, right? It's just like going to the gym. You got to put the reps in. But don't judge me because I listen to Rogan. I'm also a fan of Shapiro. I'm also a fan of Jordan Peterson. I listen to a lot of different things. I'm not just one way about anything. I like to be centric and just talk about everything, because if you get too focused on only one side of the fence, you start to forget that there's always two sides to any fence that you're standing on. So just know that I'm still working on getting that number so that somebody can call in if they want to. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we'll see. We'll see where this goes. I'll probably get a Twitter account, put this on Twitter, and put it on TikTok. So I'll put those links up as soon as I have them working. We got to remember that, as I said, I'm actually a regular guy, just like anybody else out there, blue collar. I do have two jobs. So if I don't get things going right away or as fast as most people do, is because this isn't all that I do. This is more of a hobby for me. This is something that I do when my kids are in bed. Um, I'm filming this in my kitchen right now. So don't go too hard, or do. I don't really care. We might both just have a good laugh if you can't laugh at yourself, right? But yeah, I'll get those things going. I'll definitely get an email. I'll put it on the I'll put it on the comments, or I'll put it on the bio, so you guys can send me emails. And I hope you like, subscribe, and if you don't, just leave a comment. Good comments, bad comments, they're all welcome. And don't forget, um, you know, let's rant.